Good morning, everyone, and welcome to sunny Toronto, Ontario. My name is Jeff McGee, and I'm the geography teacher here at Sir William Osler High School. Today I'm filming my Capstone project for the Nat Geo course, and I'm taking my grade 10 geography class to downtown Toronto. Come on in, let me show you the school. Sir William Osler High School is a publicly funded special education high school just outside of the city of Toronto. We have approximately 250 students ranging in all abilities, including students with autism and mild intellectual disabilities. As the geography teacher, I look to make learning accessible for all students while encouraging exploration and engaging student curiosities through experiential learning. My grade 10 students were curious about learning more about the area they live in and how it came to be. With Toronto being such a diverse city, I knew our students could benefit from learning more about the urban landscape and its development. It's here where I sparked their attitude of curiosity by asking, well, how has our city changed? And what has caused these changes to occur? Our geography curriculum focuses on an overall expectation of urbanization and the changing community. This involves teaching content such as population density, immigration, urban growth and development, land usage, and types of industry. For my capstone project, the students were briefly taught each of these topics beforehand. Toronto's urban landscape has changed drastically over the past 100 years. Our goal as a class was to observe and analyze the changes to the demographic and structural environment of our downtown core. By understanding our city's past, we can begin to develop understandings of how history has and will continue to shape our urban landscape for years to come. For this, we needed to go on an adventure downtown and see the changes for ourselves. The concept behind our excursion was, if the students could visually compare old Toronto photographs to what they see in present day, they can begin to analyze the process of urbanization in context of the environment. First, I compiled an album of old Toronto photos of famous intersections taken from the early to mid-1900s. These images were easily found on the internet from various Toronto historical websites and online libraries. Next, I plotted a visual excursion path using my maps on Google that would easily be accessible for my students, including those in wheelchairs. The students would have access to this map and be able to follow along during our travels with their smart devices. Step 3 was the fun part. We took cameras and visited each intersection on the map. Using clues from the old Toronto photographs, students were able to identify the same viewpoint and snap a photo. Already, students were able to draw quick comparisons about the transportation, the land usage, and the population density. It's at this moment where we used our observation skills to draw conclusions about the environment around us. My students would ask, how has an industrial area become a posh residential neighborhood? Or what transportation systems might we put in place to alleviate the traffic concerns caused by overcrowded subways and streetcars? The field trip turned out not only to be informative, but a vessel for student inquiry and critical thinking. Upon returning to class, the final step of our project was to choose a format to communicate our findings. Creating a website was an excellent way of incorporating assistive software technology to make the presentation accessible for all. The students were to create a 5-page website documenting their observations and comparing their own photos with the old Toronto ones. This gave the students excitement as they had creative control to incorporate their own strengths into the overall product. Many students added Google Maps, YouTube clips, extra photos, background information, and more. The students used historic and demographic information to analyze the human story behind the changes that they observed. Through experiential learning, the students were able to travel back through time and see Toronto through an ever-changing perspective.